My name is Mrs. Navalis, and let's begin with the basics of the liver. So the liver is a large organ that sits on the right side of the belly. This is not the best picture of that, but this is the general organ of it. Its job is to assist the liver by storing the yellowish green substance, which is bile. It's produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. So the liver's aid in digestion is to secrete this bile, and it's important for our bodies to break down proteins into amino acids, along with breaking down lipids into fatty acids and monoglycerides. The anatomy of the gallbladder is interesting because its ability to store concentrated acidic substance that is bile. The main powerhouse of the internal organs is the liver. Its suit of armor is the rib cage, which assists in protecting him from damage.
Interesting fact, the liver is bigger than your brain.
Along with the many functions of the liver is the carbohydrate metabolism, lipid metabolism, protein and amino acid metabolism, synthesis OD plasma proteins, vitamin and mineral metabolism, digestion, and disposal of drugs, toxins, and hormones. So this large organ has many functions, but we're focusing on the function of digestion.
Interesting fact, the liver is the only organ that can completely regenerate.
Why don't we take a field trip to the liver?
Guys, let's go on a safari ride!
Yeah!
Make sure you put on your seatbelts. Now let's get geared up. The first stop, the liver.
Let's go!
Before we go to the liver, do you guys want to know where it is?
Yeah!
It's on top of the stomach, underneath the diaphragm, and in the upper right abdominal cavity.
That's so...
Interesting fact, the liver is the largest gland. Now let's go to the right lobe.
Woo!
Whoa, there's the right lobe!
So here we have the largest gland in the body, which is the liver. And as you can see, there's a right lobe on the left and the left lobe on the right. And the right lobe is about 5 to 6 times larger than the left lobe. And in the middle, there's a falciform ligament, which is a sheet of mesentery. Mesentery is a fold of a membrane, and the falciform ligament suspends the liver from the diaphragm and the anterior abdominal wall. And on the bottom of the picture, there's a ligamentary teres, which is the round ligament, and the round ligament is a fibrosis remnant of the umbilical vein, and when a woman is pregnant, it carries blood to the fetus's liver. Now looking at the posterior view of the liver, you can see 2 of the 4 distinct lobes, which are the caudate and quadrate lobe, and the quadrate and caudate lobes are the functional parts of the liver, and the caudate lobe wraps around the inferior vena cava, and blood from the caudate lobe drains directly into the vena cava. The caudate section of the liver has its own arterial supply and venous drainage. On the other hand, the quadrate lobe wraps around the gallbladder.
Did you know that men are twice as likely to get liver cancer than women?
Sorry, Mr. Sanders.
Interesting fact, about 21,000 Americans are diagnosed with primary liver cancer each year.
The liver makes lots of hormones that help with digestion.
But the liver's main job in digestion is to secrete bile. There's an opening between the quadrate and the quadrate lobe, and it's support hepatis, which is an exit point for bile passage.
Interesting fact, your liver consists of 96% of water.
Or in Mr. Sanders' case, diet type C.
Got him, dog!
A few of these hormones are hepcidin, betrophin, and anogenogen. Hepcidin helps store iron in the liver. Betrophin speeds up the secretion of insulin into the pancreas, and anogenogen is a precursor to anagetism, which helps break down proteins.
Interesting fact, the liver is responsible for performing over 500 different vital functions of the body.
Now that we're in the quadrate lobe, let's go to the gallbladder because it's right next to it.
If you guys look forward, there's a cervix, which leads to the cystic duct, and then it leads to the bile duct.
Whoa, you guys, look it's the highly folded mucosa of the gallbladder.
This diagram is an example of a gallstone. Gallstones are hardened deposits of digestive fluid. You might have symptoms such as pain between your shoulder blades, nausea or vomiting, and pain in your right shoulder.
Whoa, guys! There's a gallstone! I need to make a U-turn into the fungus which leads into the liver! Whoa, that U-turn was so crazy, you guys!
Yeah.
Yeah! That gallstone was hit us!
That's crazy.
That was so scary! Wow. But now that we're back in the liver, do you guys want to check out the microscopic anatomy?
Yeah!
Okay.
Hey guys, look! It's the microscopic anatomy! Oh my gosh!
Now it's time for the microscopic anatomy of the liver. Woo! The liver is made up of about 100,000 small structures and functional units called lobules. Each lobule consists of a central vein surrounded by hepatocytes. Hepatocytes are just liver cells that aid the liver's functions. They are also one of the few types of cells that are competent of regeneration. There are blood-filled channels that help in filtration that lie between the hepatocytes, which are the hepatic sinusoids. The sinusoids contain cells called hepatic macrophages that remove bacteria from the blood. Furthermore, the lobules are separated by stroma, a supportive tissue. The stroma is very visible where 2 or 3 lobules meet, making a triangular area. This is where the hepatic triad lies. A hepatic triad consists of a branch from each of the hepatic portal vein and the proper hepatic artery and a bile duct. The branches supply the sinusoids with blood, which moves to the central vein, then hepatic vein, and lastly the inferior vena cava. Between hepatocytes are bile caliculi, small channels that contain bile. Bile then travels through the bile ducts located in the hepatic triad, then to the right and left hepatic ducts. The right and left hepatic ducts carry bile from the right and left lobes of the liver. These 2 hepatic ducts join together to form the common hepatic duct, which drains all bile away from the liver. The common hepatic duct then meets up with the cystic duct of the gallbladder to form the common bile duct. This structure then carries bile to the small intestine. Most bile produced by the liver comes back to the cystic duct and is stored in the gallbladder until it's needed for digestion. Now, let's learn more about common disorders of the liver, and you won't want to miss this.
One of the common disorders for the liver is hepatitis A. Hepatitis A is the inflammation of the liver. Interesting fact, people who have liver cancer can get symptoms like yellow-green color to the skin and eyes. Hepatocellular carcinoma is one of the most common type of liver cancers. It occurs most often in people with chronic liver diseases such as cirrhosis caused by hepatitis B or hepatitis C infection.
Now that we traveled through the liver and gallbladder, I think the safari ride is done, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll take you guys home now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hope you had fun learning about the liver and gallbladder.